Hi, Born of the Future making an edit here. This is the second part of a previous episode where I just actually reviewed and gave my thoughts and opinions on the episode. This was originally going to be part of that, but it ended up going a bit too long, so now it's two parts. Luckily, it split up perfectly with my scripted opinions and my first time reaction. Well, my first time reaction, this is me revisiting a show I haven't seen since a wee little babby, so hopefully it'll be fun for you all. And hey, if you just prefer reaction content to actual reviews, then maybe you'll enjoy this one more. Yo, I forgot the iconic opening narration!
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
That plays at the start of every single episode. It was such a trend of that to happen in specifically early 2000s ad. Hey, you might have noticed the footage just suddenly cut to a still frame and had a bit of an awkward cut in the audio there in the middle despite being under 5 seconds of the footage of the show. This entire section has been completely destroyed by YouTube copyright. I was very meticulous in making sure I was only showing 5 seconds of the show at a time. That didn't work. It seems something about the automated copyright system flags you as having more than 5 seconds if you have, in general, footage of the show going for that long. If you had 5 seconds from one scene, 5 seconds from another scene, that registers as 10 seconds of a scene, and that's just not correct. It also copyright struck me for the opening song, showing that in any way at all, even under 5 seconds. I had a whole fun planned thing I was going to do for all these episodes. Every episode I'd show under 5 seconds of the theme song. Here is one particular moment I liked, and you could piece together an idea of what I liked about the song from watching all the episodes. But no, that's just gone now. Thank you, YouTube. Also bizarre is they keep copyright striking me for the Japanese audio of the episodes when it's clearly not. In other news, AI is a plague upon the world, and replacing every single thing of automated systems is just going to make more false positives like this. So apologies if you guys didn't like the whole massive sections of just a PNG of me bouncing around when I talk about the show with no footage. This is the reason why I had that, and it's going to be getting more frequent in every future episode of this. I don't know what else I could do except replacing scenes with a badly drawn MS Paint version of it. So enjoy whatever remains of this. I'm sorry if it's now very disjointed and unclear. I totally forgot, the introduction is really cute actually. Big dramatic narrator voice, and the backstory of this school is the evil guy, the Kishin, was sealed away by the Grim Reaper, and now he's raising the next generation of children to take up his charge. And then it cuts to, obviously, modern day Lord Death. I fucking love this guy, this goofy dad figure who literally in universe redesigned himself to be cuter for children. I love it. And then he's just well, basically it's like a funny little school academy, yay, let's have a wonderful day. And I just adore him. It's a great way of setting up the tone of a series. Also shows off a lot of the great environment design of how crazy the school looks in the background. It's like a big birthday cake with literal candles. It's all gothic and shit. I love it. Okay, one brief screenshot is all I'm going to show. I really like how they have a super stylized Tim Burton-esque art style for this one particular opening with heavy shading and dark lines, and it really portrays the entire vibe of the show. You zoom through various environments and fights and concepts and you show all the characters. It's a great covering of everything. The song is also really catchy. I love the beginning when it's da-da-da-da-da-da, and the zooming arrows and the title screen comes in and it's great. I love the thematic way it goes, the arrows cutting everything off throughout the entire thing. It's great how it syncs together different parts of the show, and a few battles that never actually happened in the show, which is always funny when that happens in an opening. But basically I love it, and it's such a shame I can't show you guys the actual song. Please look it up. None of the other openings really compare to me because they're just in the normal animation style of the rest of the show, and it's not really stylized. It's just, here's a regular song. Honestly, a lot of the ending songs to me, I wish they'd been the opening, because they also keep the same vibe of being very poppy and being very stylized. I particularly like, I think the third one, can't remember what it's called, but the one where they're fighting the chainsaw guy, I really like that particular fight with that chainsaw guy. It's really well animated. I'll edit that in on the screen. I would like to inform you all I was not allowed to show footage of the opening without the song on it. I was not allowed to show the song without the footage of the opening on it. I was not allowed to show under 5 seconds of either the opening or the song. Putting 1 second of this in your video will get you copyright struck. It's like bloody Sanctuary from Kingdom Hearts. I don't know why certain songs just get so cracked down on. It's also got, quite frankly, a huge amount of Sakuga. It does a great job having really poppy, fab animation synced perfectly to the song, which you guys cannot hear in the background right now. This whole panning shot going down the road with everybody, and everyone in Black Star punches to a tune of a song. I love it. Are you hyped to watch this show? I am. Oh, I forgot they foreshadowed that early. Oh god, I totally forgot this guy. The first shot of the series is Assman Serial Killer. Like, the opening is really, like, atmospheric, like, you don't know what's going on yet, you just have this slow, like, minimal dialogue, minimal music scene of this ominous monster guy stalking and killing women in the streets, and, like, oh, he eats their souls, like, here, it's a great way of setting up the premise of what the show is, without too much exposition dialogue, but I can't get over how insane the design is. Big butt bondage man with arm braces for no apparent reason? I guess in some way that increases his slashing strength, but he constantly is animated just scrungling to the ground with his butt out like that. It's really weird. And apparently this is meant to be Jack the Ripper from real history. Even worse shot of him. It is really hard to take this seriously. I am so sorry. But everything else about the scene is badass. And I do really love how atmospheric it is. That the first shot of our two heroes is this ominous, almost terrifying way where they're framed kind of like a villain would normally be in the show.
In the name of Lord Death, this evil must be purged. Let's collect the damaged soul and end this.
Just dispassionately saying, we must do this for our master, Lord Death, which, I mean, in retrospect, it's kind of a bit strange they framed it. The introduction has already shown that Lord Death isn't actually that scary, and then we go back to this moment where it's kind of faking us out he is. But it's really badass and it leads into a really cool fight scene. Fucking love that animation. The iconic spin, used in so many AMVs.
Jack, your murdering days are done. Your soul is mine.
Best fucking introduction to, like, female shonen character. There is no fucking stereotypes, no, like, oh, she has to fight with magical girl powers, or, oh, but she doesn't have much confidence in fighting, and, oh, the big men have to teach her, and it's no, she's introduced as a fucking judge, jury, and executioner, already, like, 99% of the way to being super powerful, and has to have something come out and clonk her in the head and take that power away to even start the story. I really like that idea. I really like that frame. I also, they don't make her perfect or anything. She has loads of flaws as the story goes on. But it's really good. The introduction is just so overwhelmingly, fuck yeah, badass, I want to be this person. Regardless of whether you're a male or a female watching the show. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Didn't like the ass of the camera, but fuck yeah. That bit, oh. And I've got to cut this entire section about why the fight is great, why it's so good Sakuga. Me trying to advertise the show to you guys by showing how wonderful it is, because YouTube will not even accept a montage of various 5-second clips throughout a fight, not concurrent, not showing the full fight. Even that is getting flagged. Sorry for being so grumpy, but I have to go back and edit so much stuff. This also means I have to dispassionately describe to you a good scene. When Maka is delivering the final blow, she yells out, "It's ours, the 99th soul!" Also, I forgot that's the way they introduce that plot point. That's a really naturalistic way of just having her scream it during the fight. I always wanted to eat the souls from the show. They make them look so jumpy. It's a real missed opportunity they didn't make actual branded gummy sweets. Okay, a little clunky, even though they did just say it during the fight. After the fight is over, everyone just stands around and says,
"That was number 99, so we finally collected all the Kishin souls we need."
Oh, another fun detail I didn't remember. This is a good way of translating a Japanese pun that obviously wouldn't work literally. In Japanese, apparently the phone number you have to write... Oh, first of all, I think it's a really good bit of world building that in order to contact Lord Death and teleport back to the academy, you have to just write the phone number on any reflective surface. That's neat. But then also, apparently this set of numbers is like a pun in Japanese on the sounds of the numbers. It sounds like you're saying deaf, deaf, die. Obviously in English there's no such thing as that, and they can't change the graphics to be like unlucky 13 or something. So instead they make it a little nursery rhyme. You have to say 42, 42, 564, that's how you knock on death's door. And it's catchy and it's cute and it's funny and it fits the tone of the series where it's a mixture of like charming, adorable things and really fucking terrifying things. I love it. Lord Death's voice, it's so cute in English.
Hello,
He's so grumpy. I mean, actually he's dad, but he has that energy. Oh man, I generally didn't remember how much they repeat it. As you know, as we all know, if a weapon and Meister pair collect 99 souls and 1 witch soul, they can graduate and become a death life. We've already explained this twice. That's the reason why Mac has to start from scratch. It's just a school rule. Like, it's not even a rule over the mechanics of the universe that, like, the other souls are now unusable or anything. It seems very out of character for Death to make the rules so restrictive when in every other episode the place is just a school of fun and wonderment, to be quite honest. It does also this is a contrived plot point just created to basically start the story. I can't show this either. I guess it counts as a song. Oh, I totally forgot. For the intro of every episode, they have that random suave R&B singer. If I remember correctly, that is still in English, even in the Japanese version. I don't get the correlation, but it sure as hell does sound rad. We're starting a shitty fan service. Okay, I am not even allowed to show the clip of the bad voice acting. Please enjoy Bonford's even worse imitation of the bad voice acting. Pam pam pumpkin, I'm a beauty, wonderful lady. Just trust me that it sounds as awful in the show as it does coming out of me. Her voice is possibly the worst one in the entire English dub. It's a really poor attempt at imitating that oh so cutesy Japanese high schooler voice. But in English, it just doesn't sound right, and she's like a 30-year-old woman. I mean, I guess the idea is because she's really a cat, maybe cat ears work differently, but it just feels really uncanny and gross to have someone whose body and personality and actions and sexual activeness is all equivalent to a fully grown, like, middle-aged woman, and she talks like a literal 10-year-old. And I'm just going to skip all over that. I'm just going to say they do not only show the feet, just by sheer coincidence trips and falls into her naked boobs in the bath. Oh, what a relatable accident isn't completely fucking contrived. I do think, again, that the fanservice serves an actual purpose in the plot of this episode. They could have just made it less shameless, more properly integrated, more logical. I do like Soul's line afterwards, it's okay, cool guys see naked women all the time. Totally! We're establishing very early on that Soul is a really fun character, honestly, because just from his design and from his, like, obviously he has super weapon powers, you'd think he'd be genuinely cool. I mean, he has cool written on his hat, and it's so much more relatable and fun that he's, in fact, a total poser who's trying so hard to be cool, to, like, boost his own self-confidence. He has these, like, wonderful, relatable, funny, adorable moments, and loads of character development. He never stops being cool, but he learns, like, should you or should you not prioritize just your appearance of being cool over, like, actually keeping your friends safe and stuff. Never really get really huge delving into his backstory, but it's implied it's, like, self-confidence issues because his brother was a super-duper mega prodigy compared to him, and it's cool, it's interesting, we'll get to that in many episodes in the future. Actually, fun bit of foreshadowing is, I didn't even fucking notice that's meant to be her ass. What is the anatomy going on here? How much is her torso got to be stretched? But anyway, a fun bit of foreshadowing. When they burst in, they're like, we're gonna slay you, witch. There's a brief moment where fanservice lady is like, her witch? What do you mean? If the two of them weren't bickering so much over the idea of Soul getting off a bit on a fanservice lady and Maka being like, this makes you untrustworthy, I'm sure you must want to cheat on me with her. And then if they'd listened, they would have heard and they would have been warned that they're not doing the right thing. Another great moment. Okay, I didn't manage to get the screenshot exactly when it happens, but that's a great moment. That's how you give naturalistic world building. This is the first moment it mentions, oh, Maka wants to make Soul the best death scythe ever to make a weapon better than her dad. Yeah, this is the first moment it's mentioned, oh, by the way, my dad is the current death scythe of death. And that was not shown in the previous scene with him. And it's great. It's a great dramatic moment to make it happen. And then immediately afterwards it cuts to a bath. And this is where they cut over to a nightclub and explain that Maka's dad cheated on his wife. Literally just have the ladies in this brothel just say the backstory, by the way, he cheated on his wife. Genuinely funny though, I forgot the actual final punchline is after he goes running out, I really love my daughter! Ah! And then it cuts to him walking back in, remembering he forgot to pay. That's actually funny. I did also totally forget the show has a recurring joke of, haha, Maka's so flat she doesn't have boobs. I do hope that stops after these first few fanservice episodes. It's just like so baseline level, boring cliche thing for a shonen anime. And it just feels so weird to be saying that to your platonic friend. Like basically, oh, you're inferior, being a woman. Say I, the man who ostensibly is not meant to be attracted to you. I guess that's a way you could maybe justify this making more sense with Soul's later characterization, is like, maybe he already did have a crush on Maka this early, and it's part of his, like, cool guy persona is, he's feeling self-conscious and, like, trying to hide it. A cool guy isn't supposed to like women unless they're perfectly sexy and stuff, so I have to lash out at her about that. Maybe. I do feel like I'm kind of going out of my way to write a better thing than what the writers did. At this moment, it is just a boring recurring joke. But fingers crossed for later. Nope, I actually have to pause the recording now because I'm late actually for a doctor's appointment. And wouldn't have to happen right when the fight actually starts. No, we just had a little montage of like 5 times in a row they failed to do the fight because various fan service shenanigans happened instead. Phew, I am back like half a day later. Things ended up going longer than expected. This is gonna end up, I guess, being a longer video than expected too. I have a little bit of a moment of Bonford just talking about their day, I guess. My abusive dad has apparently passed away recently, and I only just found out. Like, now I can go and walk back through my childhood neighborhood and not be scared that I'm gonna see him and he's gonna go for me or anything. So I challenged myself to do that today. After my doctor's appointment, I went and did that, and then, obviously I still got very emotional, even though I know he's not there anymore. It's still a really emotional, nostalgic experience and stuff, and I ended up getting really sobby, and it was a nice homeless man in the corner drawing cartoons. It says his cartoon is named Mellow Pello, so if you ever see Mellow Pello in Cardiff, that's the nice guy who helped me out today. He gave me a hug. I gave him some money because I was feeling really emotional. I just really wanted to help somebody. And then he said, "Oh, you can have my Mellow Pello t-shirt, and it's my character. I've been drawing him since the 1980s. It's so nice. He was drawing all these cartoons all over the place for everybody, and like I really hope he's doing well. I donated as much money as I could in the moment, and I gladly took the official merchandise for Mellow Pello, the lovely t-shirt. I'm not sure if it'll fit me because I don't know if I picked the right size because I was really emotional, but he gave me a hug and he sent me on my way and gave me best wishes, and he was a really nice little fellow. I have no idea what his name is though, but the character he made is named Mellow Pello. I'll be putting a picture on the screen. The guy who does the street art of this character is a very lovely guy. And yeah, after that, thankfully, I was able to go to a meetup with my support group, the local LGBT support group, and everyone was really nice, and there was a new person there named Alexis, and I met her, and she was lovely and cool, and I was saying, "You're so cool," and she's like, "I'm not cool, I'm just anxious, like, I wear sunglasses all the time because I'm anxious." I'm like, "But that's so cool!" She literally looked like an edgy anime character, and it was so rad. She's like, turns up dressed all in black, sunglasses, and I'm like, I'm anxious, and I don't look cool because it, so you deserve to still be happy and having great fashion choices. And she was nice, and we talked about video games, and we talked about crazy sci-fi things with alien genders and stuff, how mushrooms are crazy ecologically, and it was a nice day. We saw the carp and the terrapins that I like in the park near where I grew up as a kid, and it was nice. It really cheered me up from how super stressed and teary I was beforehand. I'm shouting out my random thank yous to random man I only just met on the street who draws a cool cartoon, and new hopeful friend I've maybe made in the club. And now I'm back to resume reviewing this show. Oh, also there's a new friend joining the plushie pile sitting in the seat next to me. Cramkopf Cuddly Friend, who will forever be named Cramkopf Cuddly Friend because there is nothing cooler than Cramkopf Cuddly Friend. They're sold in the Flying Tiger shop, and this is a plushie I just happened to get after recovering from my top surgery. It's a cool little chubby axolotl, and I love them. They're nice and small, so I take them with me when I'm having a stressful day and I need a little thing to hug. I've also obviously got my tiny Dr. Snap plush in my pocket. I'll take him out too, and he can sit and watch the show with the rest of us. So I now have essentially 3 Dr. Snaps sitting on the chair next to me, while also about 5 Dr. Snap sculptures in the middle of making art station also on my desk. And Cramkopf Cuddly Friend is an honorary Dr. Snap in heart. And we're all going to enjoy this show together. Hooray! I'm going to reassure you guys at least that all this stressful stuff that happened with the YouTube copyright did not also happen on the day when I was having one of the worst days of my entire year. It was several days afterwards after I finished editing this. Hell yeah! There was a cool fight scene here. It is gone now. I love the sleeve attack. Just look at that! I want that hat! Oh, and a really dramatic moment. It really does a good job of actually faking you out the first time you watched it, because, I mean, Soul has been a bit, like, low-key sexist the whole episode. You can tell it's because he has this macho posturing, he has his self-confidence issues, but, like, him and Mac have always been arguing, and she's been quick to jump to, "You're doing this because you're a man and you're obsessed with sex," and he's been quick to jump to, "Well, you're not a sexy woman, therefore I'm grumpy at you for that," and it's like, and then you have this moment where it genuinely seems like he's gonna go like, "Right, I'm quitting, I'm gonna go join the sexy witch lady forever." The way it's delivered with like that's the precise most dramatic moment where like he's saving Maka from falling off a roof and he's like, "I'm gonna let you go." Gasp! It's a really bold idea for a first episode. Like, let's introduce the characters by faking that they're a totally different type of character, and then having a really great moment proving who they really are at the end. God, it's another really genuinely good bit of writing. It's like, Maka doesn't immediately believe it. Maka's like, no, Soul is my friend. You must have used your witch magic to brainwash him. Even though I've been yelling at him for being a bit sexist and cliche manly all the episode. Like, I don't believe he would really betray me the way my dad betrayed my mum. And then Soul be like, no, I'm really choosing this. Oh, I really am turning evil. I'm like, we'll find out it was all a trick in the end, but just for that moment, for the sake of that trick, he had to like really hit Maka directly in the heart. Getting to see how much she truly believed in him and then still having to keep going through it. It must have been really emotionally hard for both of them. Oh, my heart. Okay, that's the function of the flat chest jokes. Okay, I take it back. They even managed to work in cliche sexism to be, again, genuinely plot relevant, genuine reasons why this fan service exists. I am not objected to the whole idea of fan service in general, just make it have a purpose and a plot, and I think this episode is a great example of that. It does go a bit far on occasion, but this is when it's really good. It's like, they have Soul turn it back against him, like I said, you're flat-chested. Of course, any man would pick the sexier woman. All men care about his sexiness. We're always going to cheat. And it's like, it really, like, the way to hit her in the heart so much, but he has to make this look as real as possible to pull off a trick, and it's like, oh my god. Okay, we're getting to the best scene, and unfortunately I can't show this to you. This is a bit that's made me the most upset. The peak moment of the entire episode, the thing that made me cry, the excellent voice acting, and YouTube will not even accept just a clip of the voice with no visuals on screen. It will not accept the voice chopped up into pieces of bits cut out. Nothing I could do could make it let me show this to you. You are getting blank screen with text on it, and that's the best I can do. It does not remotely convey the sheer amount of emotion that the voice actor puts into her voice and how it's just the best. Gets you immediately hooked on the show. And I hate also it says making my review look more negative than it is, because the majority of the scenes where I've just been going, this part of the show is great, have to be cut out. This is me being so hyped about the first episode being even better than I expected, and that's just not coming across. And then he springs forward, traps the witch, Maka comes in, they finish the fight together, finally galvanised as one. It's a really goddamn emotional scene. I wish I could have shown it to you. It's such a good twist. Fuck yeah. That is the best fucking end to any introductory episode. This makes you immediately so hyped for the characters. Like, oh yeah, half of the things we've been told in the whole episode were in fact false, and they do have a really good, genuine, but the sheer emotion point in Maka's performance for that, like, oh my god. And I remember that iconic line to the end of the twist, how would I know cool men don't cheat? The fucking best. I love that. And just, oh, it's so emotionally harrowing, because again, you don't know these characters yet. This is your first introduction. You genuinely can believe they might generally not be very good friends. They might have this horrible thing happen to them. Like, Maka could be left all alone. For all we know, for the rest of the series, it could be that then Maka's evil partner's soul went off and she had to start with someone else. That's why the series starts. But no, this great galvanizing moment of their friendship. They do disagree. They do have grumpy moments like this, but deep down, Soul generally does care and generally does want to be a good person to her, and like, heal her gradual trauma she has with men. Hell yeah! I'm optimistic. I'm hoping for the future. This show may be even better than I remembered. And it's such a bold fucking thing to do. Like, seriously, here's our shonen with a female lead. What are we gonna do for the first episode? Explaining sexism to men and why it fucking sucks and why it hurts so much from the woman's perspective. Like, how you can both work together. Like, I mean, it is low-key immoral here. Like, you shouldn't hate all men because one man has been sexist in your life. Like, yeah, that's also part of the moral, but it's not like, oh, all women who are wary of men are like this or anything. It's like, here's a very valuable, here's a child who's too young to fully understand, who's maybe gone a bit too far in her panic, and like could have lost a genuinely good friendship with someone who genuinely trusts her, but he also had to prove that he like was trustworthy with her, because his casual, callous attitude towards women was giving her the wrong impression. Like, it's a thing they'll continually work on in the future, and I love their development. I love them. They're great. They have really good shipping moments later on, as far as I can remember. I didn't personally like that best as a ship. There's a certain other character later on that I felt was more chemistry with Maka, but I think even if they aren't like romantically involved, they're still great best friends, and I love it. And I love this twist of the episode. It's so great. Like, the entire fucking thing is fake out sexism. Actually, not sexism. Actually, we're pretty fucking based. And it is so much fun. This instant mood with us after such an emotional bonding scene, and really feeling like they earned their final soul, and they earned all that. Like, no, this abruptly being told, no, all along she wasn't really a witch, she was a cat in disguise. You've lost all 99 of your souls, and now we have to restart your entire story from the beginning, and therefore have an entire anime from you. And it's like, it's such a fun, like, this whole episode has so many subversions of expectations. Like, I mean, for one, even just starting with, here is a badass girl with a Grim Reaper scythe, and like, the Grim Reapers are the good guys. Right at the very end, it's just, no, abruptly, happy, emotional, cathartic resolution denied. Fuck off, go back to class number 1. It's so funny. I feel so sad for them, but also, it kind of feels emotionally necessary. Like, they kind of weren't as close as they could be as partners. They were just business-like, I guess. They just pushed ahead, getting all the souls, and never really connected and really knew each other. And they've had this great bonding moment where they fully, truly accepted each other, and like, actually resonated their souls and such. They've truly become the besties of all time. They do deserve to have a whole 52 episodes of expanding upon that. So it's nice how it's a double-edged sword. It's something that the characters think is really terrible. Actually, we the viewers know, hell yeah, we are hyped to see more episodes with them. If we didn't get more episodes with them after this point, I would have cried. I am already all in on Team Maka and Sol. I do also love, I mean, again, much as I hate Blair as a character, her whole personality archetype and her whole existence being just for the sake of boobs, I do like how she's objectively right in every way in this episode, and if they had just listened to her for 5 seconds and asked if she was a witch, all of this would have been avoided. She just walks in and says, I never said I was a witch, what the hell are you guys doing? It is really genuinely funny. I do appreciate, much as I dislike the scenes that come before it, they at least have some appeal even to people like me who are very much not into naked ladies. They have genuine actual comedy with a character too. And again, yeah, Blair is just not even a bad guy in any way. She is literally just a random furry person who just happened to be chilling out having a bath. And in that sense, again, reasons the fan service works for this plot, not so much for the others. It's a deliberate misdirect so that you, the audience, won't stop and think, hey, our heroes are actually being the bad guys in this scenario. They didn't double check before they ran straight in. And it also makes for a great, like, complimentary personality moment to realise, hey, Maka was criticising Sol for being reckless and rushing in, but in reality she was also doing that too, she just didn't realise it. They are more connected than they ever know, and it's so good and it makes you so hyped for more of their adventures. And it does in a sense, even though it is such an arbitrary rule, like, yeah, you have to start over from class number 1, you have no souls left, it does at least make sense. They did genuinely earn this failure. I mean, they also genuinely earned the victory of pulling things together in the end and having the emotional resolution, but the fact that they failed from the start and never even knew it, them being so distracted by bickering they didn't notice they made a major mistake in morality, is like, yeah, it makes sense why they had to have consequences for that. It's such a big consequence. Couldn't they just have had the tension? I do really fucking love the framing for this. Even again, it doesn't make any sense for Lord Death to be this cruel in how he runs the school. It's not consistent. But again, once you know that these were originally 3 disconnected pilot episodes that would become the series later on, there's some differences in characterization. But I love the framing of Maka remembering, and he said, and then all 99 souls will be confiscated, zooming in on the screen. It's so funny. Okay, yeah, I do like at least the justification why messing up and supposedly, as far as they knew, killing Blair and taking her soul didn't actually have consequences. Of course, in this world, cats have 9 souls instead of 9 lives. It's a good, funny punchline, and I do appreciate at least, because of course she's not a bad person, she's just a random fan service person. I'm glad she didn't die, but also when I first watched this as a kid, I was like, oh god, no, is she going to be a recurring character? Is she going to join their crew? Like, no, get the fuck off the screen. Thankfully, that's not true. That's again another thing left over from this being a pilot chapter. Maybe she was meant to fully join the party, but she just becomes like the dorm cat or something. She shows up sometimes for comic relief in other episodes, but she's never really a main character or particularly relevant. As far as I can remember, she only comes back into the main plot briefly for one very, very late battle where there's a mouse witch on the evil side in like what, the 3rd story arc or something, like, oh, we're just calling our fan service cat witch to fight that fan service mouse witch, and it's a really boring, shitty episode where everyone just has boobs out, and that's like the only time they ever come back to being as sexual as it was here. So don't look forward to that. And then there we go, that is actually the end of the first episode. On a DVD release, it kind of just rolls into the next episode, so I've accidentally got the first frame of that on screen. The next episode will be introducing the second set of friends, which is Black Star and Tsubaki, I think, is the name, or Tsubagi? And he's honestly the one I like the least, so I'm really not looking forward to that episode. But I did have a really good time with this one, and this is officially the end to the justified fan service. I do think that this episode deserves to say how it is. I wouldn't say like censor or change this in any way if we have another adaptation. I mean, you could almost just change the way the fan service happens to be like more consistent with how it's treated later in the show, but still have the fan service. That would be fine. But the Black Star episode is really like, what's going on here? And then unfortunately the 3rd episode is the most fan servicey of them all, and I remember a certain scene just repulsing me completely as a teenager. But anyway, I had a very positive time rewatching this one. I'm glad that making this video just gave me a chance to more further appreciate something I already loved. Okay, I'm just going to say I'm going to edit out what I had here originally, which is, are you guys interested in this? Do you want to see more of this? I'm going to say this shit I've gone through with YouTube has really killed my enthusiasm for this entire project. I've already finished like 3 whole episodes of it, multiple manga reviews. I was very hyped, I was very happy. I edited all of those, as far as I thought, extensively to avoid copyright, and having to go back and edit them again multiple times, re-upload them, wait for it to be checked again, edit it again, re-upload it, wait for it to be checked again, just to get through this nonsense. The whole point of doing this was to put out slightly shorter videos slightly more often for you guys, and if that's not going to be happening, then there's just no point. So I'm going to say I'm not going to continue doing this beyond the first few episodes unless I get like an overwhelming of support of everyone like, oh, I really love this, definitely keep doing it. I'm totally fine with watching it if it's just a blank image on a blank screen of Bonford talking over footage that doesn't exist. I'm really sorry about that. And I'm sorry about how much mood whiplash is going to be cutting back to me being all enthusiastic for the rest of the footage next time. Oh, this sucks so much. I really was having a great time. But I guess I'll still have a good time. I'll just rewatch this fun, nostalgic anime on my own free time and leave it at that. And I'll encourage you guys to do that too. And I'll just go back into the content mines to try and think of something else I can do which actually will be a short video.